Yo, what is up? So I'm back. Yes. So throughout 3 years, like I've been wanting to make a YouTube channel or go big somehow. Make it somewhere. Cause me and my brother, I mean most of y'all know um, I have a twin brother, his name is Israel. And for some of you that don't know, my name's Emmanuel. Yes, I'm sure that y'all do know. But so we know, my brother, he plays piano, he sings, and me, I've always had a talent for like playing instruments. But I never really got to like singing, so it's just like, well, but yeah. So we're not here to talk about that. What I really came on here to do it is to really talk about like my journey, to talk about like how it all started. So yes, before I get into this, like all of this, yeah, it's a lot. It's like new to me too. This is my 4th session, and I'm so glad that I can do it at home. I'm able to like walk around with it. I'm able to do things that I can still like be active and do things. Yeah, like I'm so glad that I don't have to do it in a hospital. So that's the only thing that I'm really glad about. But I just wanted to, like I said, talk about how it all started. Because I know many people have questions and I can't always answer them because I feel like, a lot to talk about. But now, I feel like I could express myself more, come out with it more, since it's kind of already out there and everything. But I wanted to talk about it more. So, okay. In the beginning, how it all happened is that, one day I started feeling like every little thing that I would eat, I would feel like it's stuck in my chest, and later, I would throw it back out. So, for me, and the first reaction that I had, I was just like, okay, like this is weird. It's just like, yo, like why is this happening? And I just kind of just brushed it off, right? Because you don't really think about it so much. You don't really sit there and be like, okay, it's something bad, obviously. No, you just be like, okay, I mean, it's gonna get over with like in a day or two. But no, so basically a couple more days passed, and it was the same thing, I couldn't eat. Everything that I would eat would come right back up. Like I started getting a little bit of heartburn and like all that stuff. So it was just little symptoms after another. It went from like throwing up to nausea, which obviously causes the throw up, and even water, which is weird. And so I think a month or two passed, and my mom was like, you know what, let's just take you to a clinic, because I didn't want to go to the hospital. And so I went to the clinic, and when I went there, they did a couple of tests on me, took some blood off, did other tests, and like I said, I didn't think anything of it. Like I was just like, okay, it's probably nothing that bad. So when they said that I had like this stomach bacteria, and I was like, okay, like is it like a really bad one or what? And they were like, no, you just have to take some pills home. It should be gone by 2 weeks and you'll be fine. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad, it's nothing big. So after those 2 weeks passed, I started noticing like the same, like everything didn't change. I would still throw everything back out. And then it came with the weight loss, which I'm about to get into that in a bit, because it's super bad. So then people were asking like, yo, like, are you okay? Like, you're like losing weight, like, yo, like what's wrong? And I was like, I really don't know, like it's weird. So yeah, I went back and they were like, okay, it's gone. And I was like, what? Like I still have the same symptoms though, like why is it still happening? And so they recommended me to go to the hospital, do a checkup, whatever, but they said it's like nothing. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then a couple more months passed, and same thing, throwing up. Everything was the same, and I started losing weight drastically. Like it was super bad. Like even when I would go play, because I would still go play, um, um, I would feel like gassed, all the time, because if people, like, if y'all know me, some people know me, when I used to play, like, I could last like 3-4 games and I was fine, or I could go running for days or whatever. But like right there, like I would get tired after like a half, or after the game would get done, and it was just super bad. Like one time I almost like fainted. It was like weird, and so then my parents was like, no, no, like it's done. Like we're taking you. Like they literally had to kind of drag me. So this was already in December. And so when they took me, they like measured like my height, my weight, everything, and my weight was at 112 when I got there, and I was just like, yo, like that's so crazy, because my original weight was, I think it was at 155, like my highest 156, and so it was just like so weird. Like I had lost 30 something pounds over like 5 months or 4. Like without trying. And it's just like, yo, like that's crazy. And then the next couple of days after the first day I went, they ran a lot of tests. Like it was like 3 or 4 tests. And for me, they had named like 3 options that it could be. And obviously the last one was cancer. And in my mind, I was like, look, I really hope it's not, I really hope that everything's going to go back to normal. I'll be able to eat again soon. But no. So I didn't really like this encounter, because it was crazy, because the doctors, they can't really have like emotions or show emotions, because, it would be tough for them. But so we were waiting for the results back, and everyone was there. My sister, my brother, my dad, my mom, especially my mom. I'm about to get into that, but yo. But so when the doctor came in, I all got quiet. I had to turn on the TV, and it was just like, okay, let's see what she says, And she literally said it like this. She walked in the room, right? She said, your son has cancer. Without showing any emotion, without showing anything, she just went straight to the point. And she kind of like looked around, like looked at all of her reactions, right? And my mom, she's always been really emotional, especially with her kids. So she was the first one to, get emotional, cry a little bit. My sister, kind of. My dad, he walked out. My brother was the same. He kind of just walked out. With me, it's because she looked straight at me, right? And I didn't like this. She said, are you not going to show any emotion? Are you not going to show anything? Because I'm literally telling you, like, you have cancer. Like, what's, like, And I was just like, yo, what? Like, can you at least let me, like, like, savor this in? Like, can you let me at least think about it? Because it's, like, it's not, obviously, it's something big, but I'm trying to, like, think about it. Like, it was just, the reaction was just crazy, She didn't even let me think about it. So, I told my parents, like, after, like, she told me, and when she, like, walked out, that I didn't want to talk to her anymore. Like, whatever you guys need to discuss, you can discuss it with my parents. Like, I literally told them to tell her that. And, I was there for another, like, 8 days, because, I had to be there. They had to check my vitals all the time. I couldn't sleep well. When I was there, it was horrible, because, one, I couldn't sleep well, because they would come, like, every hour in the morning, like 2, 3, 4 a.m. and check my vitals. 2, the food was not the best. I can only really, like, eat and drink liquids, so it was pretty bad. And the doctor, it got really bad to the point where, like, they wanted to put a tube and feed me. And that would have been way worse. But my mom was like, no. We're going to make him food. We're going to get him caldos. Soup. For those that don't know. And they were like, okay. She was like, okay, if it doesn't work, then we're going to have to put a tube in him. And that's obviously worse. So no, my parents, like my mom especially, she stayed with me the whole time I was at the hospital. My dad and my brother, they would go home. I even told my mom one day, I was like, yo, like if you want to go home, like you should, and she didn't want to, and it was just like crazy because you know moms, right? My mom especially. So then, you know, that whole process happened, and people were asking like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I didn't really want to come out with that, cause you know, in my mind, you know, the first thing when you hear cancer is just like, wow, you know. That's kind of the whole reason why I wanted to do this channel, because I really wanted to get into it with my journey and everything. So that's I'll get into that, but going back to the story, so yeah. Power on. Oh, on my speaker. But yeah, so then when they told me I was, you know, discharged, because they had to put the first session of chemo at the hospital, and I really thought it was gonna be like that, like all the time, that I'd come back and do it at the hospital. But they were like, no, it's just for the first one. And this it was a whole procedure because they had to like cut open right here, like in my chest, like people that don't know. So hopefully YouTube doesn't take this off. But if y'all can see right here, it's like a whole procedure. It's like really bad. They have to cut right here, like in my skin, and they put like a little device right, and this, like this tube. They have a needle at the end of it, and then like poke a hole right here, and then that's where like they stick it and put it back right here, and that's how they like all of this, all the chemo's in this device, so it just goes right in here like all of that. So yeah, basically when I was discharged, they told me after that I could do all of the other ones at home. And I was so relieved because I was like, oof, I don't have to be at the hospital, you know, I can go home in my bed. And bro, after the first chemo that I got, the next day, 'cause I had to keep it on for 24 hours. So after I went home, I felt so hungry and I could eat again. So that was one step that I saw, like, okay, whoa, like it's working, like it's good, you know. And then, you know, many people started texting me, calling me, checking up on me. They would text me and be like, hey, like how are you doing? How was the first session of chemo? 'Cause, you know, people that keep updated with me because I post, which I thank you all for real. It really means a lot to me because it's not only like my parents, like my family, it's also y'all that help me like keep my mind so positive. Because since day one, like I said, okay, God, doctors can say one thing, but you are the one that has the last word. So I really thank him for helping me, giving me strength through this whole process. Because yes, this is my fourth one I'm going through right now, and I take it off tomorrow, Saturday, but I had got it on Thursday, so they kind of changed my thing. Because the first few ones, the first two were for 24 hours, and they were like a higher dose. But for these two right now, it was for 46 hours, but it was a lower dose, so it's not as strong. But you know, I still feel everything. So people ask me all the time, like, how does it feel? Like, any symptoms? Because a lot of people have many symptoms. A lot of people have pain, in their muscles and like their bones and everything, and like hair loss, everything. I feel like that's the only thing. That's why I be wearing hats now. But it's basically just a hair loss. I even cut it before I could even go through it because I said, okay, if my hair falls off, then I want to be ready for it. And I kind of was. So yeah, going back to my friends. So yeah, I really appreciate all of you guys because it's not only obviously it depends all on me, you know. 'Cause this is like it's my trial, right? It's my journey, and but y'all also give me strength, and I see that, you know, the love I get, you know, it's also good, you know, to get sorry, I started a lot sometimes, but it's good to always like have that love, you know, and especially from my mom. My mom is just wow, and my dad too. Like, if I could just say, like, I don't want to really get too emotional right now because, you know, I always want to keep that positive, you know. And that's like I was saying before, that's why this channel is for me, because I said, you know, I don't only want to do this for me. I want to make a change in the world, you know, speak to people about that are going through my process or going through a process like this. It doesn't only have to be what I'm going through, and, you know, stomach cancer. So it's just like, because there's many other cancers, so, and people have to take chemo and all that. So it's just like, don't give up, or don't think it's the end of the world when you hear cancer, because yeah, cancer is very scary, it's dangerous, yeah. But if you always have that positive mind, you're always gonna get through everything, you know. Yeah, it's like a door slammed on your face. It's like a trial that you're going through, you know. But don't give up. And I'm gonna be here with you going through it. I'm gonna be here if y'all have questions, you know. If you guys have any more concerns, I'm gonna get through it with y'all, with all of you guys that are going through the same process, you know. And I'm gonna be that example for y'all, because it's gonna be like, when I get through this, and when I beat this, and when I say, look, cancer, you can suck it, because this isn't gonna just make me give up. This isn't gonna make me like fall down, because that's what it wants. But I'm gonna get through it, pass it, get stronger from this, go back to do what I like to do, love to do, soccer, you know. And it's crazy because people are telling me like, yo, like, it doesn't even look like you're even going through anything because of the way that you keep positive, or the way that you show strength all the time. Because I be playing now, and I mean, I only get 15 minutes, but it's just like, yo. But yeah, I just want to talk about all of this, you know, for my first video. I'm gonna try to be posting all the time, like when I get it, or when they take it off. Like, I want to show y'all like kind of like the inside of it. So please, if y'all aren't subscribed yet, subscribe. Share this to people, you know, that are going through the same thing, and they feel like they want to give up, or they feel down. Because that's the biggest thing. Like, even the doctors told me it's all mental, you know. And during those days also, like, I forgot to mention, there was a couple nurses that came into my room, and they were like, some of them didn't know what I was going through, or really what was happening. Because they all saw that I was young. And even the doctor said, like, it's crazy how, like, you have this at such a young age, you know. You don't really see this type of cancer in people your age, you know. Because at the time, I was 20 when I got it in December, obviously, and then 15, that turned 21 of January. So they said, yo, like, and that's why right now they're thinking that it's genetic, which I don't think it is, but there's just probably no other solution for it, so they want to check my brother too, which is, it's always good to check, you know. But I also like to give a shout out to Fidel's mom. If y'all don't know Fidel, yeah, but she had called my mom saying that there's this guy that he knows of. Not only this will help, chemo, but the other medications that are natural. And I've been taking some of them. I'm gonna show y'all right now. So it's a lot. So look, these, I have to take all 3 of these every day. I'll show you how it kind of works. So it's just like, you see, they're like little drops. So I have to take them. Hold on. You know, because this whole thing, hold up, I have more. This one, all of those 3 that I just showed are all drops. You know, just have to drink it. This is like a spray, like, so that's 4. These are pills. I have to take 2 every day. All these have to be every day, every single day. And then he just added these 2 new ones, 2 other pills. And so in total, 6 things. And then this is from the hospital. So I have to take this too. Oof, yep, it's a lot. But this has really been giving me strength. And like, I feel like it's really helping. Because it's not only protecting like my stomach, it's also protecting like my liver and my other organs that I have. So it doesn't spread like the cancer to other places, which right now that's what the doctor is telling me, which is so good. that it hasn't spread or anything, so it's really good. And she's kind of surprised because every time I go in there, and they ask me like, "How are you doing today? Like, are you in pain and anything?" I'm like, "No, I feel fine. Even better, even." And with my weight, I've been eating so much better. I gained probably like 12 pounds now. I'm at 128 now, 129 from 112. So I think it's a little bit more than 12. Sorry, my math is like, I'm kind of wrong right now. I like 15. So yeah, it's just like super crazy, you know. So yeah, oof, I feel like I talked a lot. But yeah, I really just wanted to make this first video. Really like how it all started, how I got diagnosed, what diagnosed is, like stomach cancer, and also like a little bit on my esophagus, because that's kind of where like they found the little mass, because they had to also put me to sleep and put like this camera in my mouth so they can see it more. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna keep that always keep that mind positive. I'm gonna always be strong. Y'all are never gonna see me fall. Yes, I'll probably cry sometimes, but I'll always get back up, and that's what I'm here for. You know, I wanna, like I said, I wanna make a change in the world, and yeah. So that's me, guys, Manny Valentine, and this is my story, how it all started. But like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna record, because I think I might have to go by myself, because my parents are gonna be a little busy. But I might have to drive. So, but I feel fine, so I'll be fine. So yeah, like I said, 4th one, on to my 5th one in 2 weeks again. So yeah, and this is my journey. Thank you guys for subscribing, like the video, and like I said, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, subscribe. And yeah, thank you guys for your time.